Hey, right back 1-3. Right back for a whole bunch of good around Jamaica. 1-3 General Leo 3000 right back.
Nail driver. Sounding good out here in my neighborhood. Fester in the desert, and I'm standing by.
Alright, General Lee, man, throw a bunch of good in this end, man. Take care, have a super fine day. 1-3.
And that's a nail driver, Roger. Have a great evening.
Oh my God, we're getting a comeback now. We're gonna entertainment comeback going on here. Old Nail Driver was in there too. Mr. Worldwide Mosquito Man. Boy, you're about to get a comeback within the next couple hours, man. What's going on, man? Don't tell me you're out there on a 2290 trying to drive two 455s, man. Mosquito Man. Don't tell me you're out there trying to run a 2290 modulator into two 450.
Davey Crockett. Hey, man, have a great evening. You sounded good out here today.
Well, it's all right. Let him talk some trash, you know. That's okay. You can let him talk the trash. He's going to get his. I'm hoping he does. I have confidence that he will, but I doubt it. But hey, you're coming out here half-stepping that brake.
I heard out there, Nail Driver. Hey, Nail Driver, it's the same way on this end, rough and tough. Hey, Nail Driver, I hope you have yourself a fine week. You have yourself a great night too. 562 North Dakota. Great big evening wave.
Well, I couldn't hear none of that. Hey, Nail Driver, you can't hear me? Hey, Nail Driver, you can't hear me down there in the mag? You hear 302 or some other sidewalk sissy mud duck? You can't hear me, or is he trying to talk in between keys or something there, Blake? Man. Eugene Johnson's keying down to cut your cockpit lifts off. He's on Eugene Johnson. Every time Nail Driver gets off that hammer, it's all I hear in my radio.
Davey Crockett. Hey, Davey Crockett, 562. With that evening wave.
These guys are about to kick old Mosquito Man's butt here. Hey, Nail Driver, old Eugene Johnson and old Little Boy Blue, they're about to whoop on old Mosquito Man on his one driving two 455s there, break. I've only had a Fat Boy 16 pill that went bad. Like, I was always working on that thing. My getaway driver stuff, I never had an issue. This Pirate 6 pill, it was built like muscle. Do you remember muscle? Muscle. You remember that guy? See, I don't remember him. I only know, like, stories of the guy. But that's how mine are made. Like Pirate and Getaway Driver, they build like muscle. muscle. And he had some 128 pill that killed everybody.
Sounds like a big old mess out there.
Yeah, I was talking to you. Hey, nail driver, I was talking to you, but if it's getting too rough, then I'll see how my conditions are rolling. Take care there, nail driver. Fireball sitting back.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I gotta take a pause for the cause and go take a piss.
Huntsville Alabama,
7 Who is that making all that noise? Who's that doing a heap a lot of noise in my radio? Wrecking ball on the west coast. Getting nosy, bray. Yeah, 777, you hit the jackpot, by the way. Hey, 777, I thought you ought to know you hit the grand jackpot over here on the west coast. You got the 777 on the one-arm bandit. Hello, 777, Wrecking Ball said, can I share some of them winnings? Bray. Right, 777, Alabama, you better keep some flowers for yourself. I'm just trying to get my name in the Hall of Fame. And I appreciate you and your fine sound station, making it all the way to over here on the shaky ground in California. Hey, 777, have a good weekend coming up too. Wrecking Ball, bye. Hey, Mosquito Man, are you going to make a comeback? I heard a 454. Make a comeback. you trying to hijack the band?
It's kind of rough and tough, but I received 302 under the radio, Northern Alabama.
Hey, Mosquito Man. I don't know if you're going to make a comeback. We got to see if you can make a comeback and come down from the DX of heaven and see if old Mosquito Man can make a comeback, because old Eugene Johnson and old Little Boy Blue don't think so.
Hey, you made it 28 rounds, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, you're doing your thing out here, man. You're doing real good up in Huntsville.
I'm required of selling tickets. I was just talking to my neighbor about doing my electricity tomorrow. I was like, oh, we got to get this electricity going. We got to get all this stuff going so I can be a badass. We got to get everything going so I can sell my tickets with my popcorn. But I'm gonna sell them with popcorn. Beer.
302 Northern Nevada here.
Alabama Slammer, 1212, Brian. Southern Cal, Palm Springs.
302.
Oh, I didn't hear any of that. Somebody put a dead key in my radio.
302.
Somebody put a big old dead key in my radio, so I really didn't hear any of that. But, yeah, it got real rough that time. I didn't even hear old Nail Driver. Somebody just... You guys are all in the background being zeros. Somebody said bad boy ain't got no mother nature. Somebody said, oh, bad boy ain't got no mother nature. But it got hell of a rough. God damn, man. I was trying to get to see if old Mosquito Man was going to get a comeback. But that time around, old bad boy was in there and all the rest of the good time gang on Channel 28. We just want to know who's going to hijack the band. Oh, man. Come on, man. Not my phone. Oh, it's my guy that sold me the house. I'll have to call him back. I'm keying down. He sold me this place over here, and he's calling me on the phone. It's not usually that important. I'll call him later. I'll text him. I'll be like, look, I'm on the air, hijacking the band.
Hey, 799 Hollywood. 799 Hollywood. Blowing smoke down here. Blowing smoke around the Long Beach Airport. Be the worldwide. Worldwide, dirty terror, come on.
I hear you out there around Illinois, out there in that small ground plane on that end, no doubt about it. Man, that time around it got rough and tough, man. You guys all in there all at the same time, big in time. Man, when you guys key that all down, I didn't hear a dang thing. Somebody's got to hijack the band other than Western Worldwide. Fireball? Fireball reading the mail.
Hey, Mosquito Man, be the dirty turd out of Long Beach Cal, come on.
Holy moly, that Cowpickin' Bayou boy said, I got the 4-pill going down, Fireball, here it is right here, and he's hijacking the band on the 4-pill on Big One Wednesdays. Old Bayou boy came out there, and I guess old Mosquito Man didn't make a comeback, because that Cowpickin' Bayou boy came out there in that 4-pill and let it have it. Hello, Cheetah Bayou boy. Lord knows they can't get, none of them boys can get it back. You got a lot of background singers. You're like, what's going on, Bayou boy? I thought you were making some spaghetti, God big. Are you making knockout, cook it, break?
Banjo music.
How about that white cloud? How about that white cloud? 1212, I hear you, buddy. Heterodynes in the line, but sound loud and proud. 1212, Southern California, Springs. Oh, wait a minute. You got, now who the hell is little, wait a minute. How do you get, how are you going to eat good spaghetti if you got a little retard as your chef? California, Palm Springs. That's what I'm wondering, man. I mean, because you gotta have. I mean, if you said we got little retard over here as a chef on that end, but now wait a minute. Now, if you got that, they gotta read the directions. What if they can't read? Then you're gonna have shitty spaghetti. Break. Okay. You said you invited him from Arkansas, but then I didn't hear nothing after that. I mean, the whole world's calling my name right now. Hey, Bayou boy, the whole world's calling my name. I'm actually hijacking the band. Worldwide Fireball's out here hijacking the worldwide band right now. But, you said, hey, Bayou boy, White Cloud was out there too, but I couldn't really hear him too well because there were about 10 people calling me. But you said, wait a minute now, you invited the roosters from Arkansas to make you some spaghetti. Well, that means you ain't going to be able to eat it. Maybe he didn't come over.
Somebody said they had 40 dB on me. I heard somebody say they had 40 dB on me, but I don't know who it was. 2:33 man was reading the mail.
It doesn't matter about letting Hey, Bayou boy, it doesn't matter about letting about the cat out of the bag, about what they run. It doesn't matter what they run. Mosquito Man runs a copy ran a 4-pill optimized 3-element beam and kicked all them boys' asses until his Japanese soldiers went to heaven.
2:35.
Audio in my love drug radio. That's right. Hey, and that's a good thing. You got to find out what the opponents are going on. But it doesn't matter about the watts of the amps. It matters about what kind of antennas they running right now. It matters about, oh my God, what did they do to their antenna, or what did they pick up, or what did they put together? Because Lord knows if you got yourself an optimized beam and you set it up right, you can just forget about it. You come out here on a big 428.79 box, like this 628.79 Pirate 6 bill that'll key down till the cows come home. Break. You can do that. I already have the specs. I own them. I'm the one who gave them to them.
We always got condition 777.
Hey, 777, I have no doubt, you should have no doubt you have conditions on the West Coast. Everybody listening to you when you're going over there. You guys, 777, wrecking ball still on the west side. Bye. Already had the chicken cracklings. You guys had the chicken cracklings and cheese curds already. Now you're going to eat spaghetti. You guys need to be able to go to the bathroom. Yeah, tell him I'm waving. Tell Fireball wrecking ball is waving. Tell him I'm waving a hand trying to put the fire out. Tell Fireball I got a worldwide fire extinguisher over here. I didn't use it yet. The wrecking ball got down. Bye.
562 California, just got down.
Bayou boy, tell Fireball I'm moving too. 4 fingers in a thumb. If I can make it through, tell him to give me some talk time. Hey, Bayou boy, tell Fireball give the wrecking ball some talk time. Wrecking ball gone. Bye.
You only heard wrecking ball when I was all backed up like a key. I'm gone.
You must be pointing straight down in the middle of Sacramento. Hey, Bayou boy, you might pointing up downtown Sacramento to the governor's chair. Hey, Bayou boy, we appreciate you and yours fine son. That's what he needs to do. He said, I'm going to go. I got to get out of here. I'm going to go. I'm going to eat some spaghetti and do all that kind of stuff. He better run like the world's on fire. Hello to you, soul snatcher. It sounds like you got the anchor down there, too. The anchor holding everything down. Hey, Bayou boy, that big old boat anchor is over there holding it all down in the world of sound. Hey, Bayou boy, wrecking ball still on the West Coast. Have a good night. Yeah, 2 or 5/16, that's the big boy. Hey, you got the 2 or 5/16 over there. That's the big one. All right, you had a good one, Bayou boy. I don't know if I can make it through because Fireball made a keying on me. Let me get out of here. Wrecking ball swinging back. Bye. Break. Hey, Bayou boy. Hey, Bayou boy. I don't know, he's over there talking to Bayou, he's over there talking to, what's his name, I forgot. I don't already forgot. Hey, Bayou boy, why are you talking to them sidewalk sissies? Get out of the way. Hey, 444, you got a sloppy copy on what the West Coast wrecking ball. I'm moving. God bless the family, be safe. 444, wrecking ball, right side is gone. Bye. Hey, Bayou boy, why are you talking to them sidewalk sissies?
562 Northern California, waving.
No, they don't. Hello, West Virginia. They don't have that thing down there. They're just over there thinking about what they can do. Bring everything you got. Bring what you brought, man. Come out here with everything, dude. Bring it all, because Bayou boy's teaching me how to be an electrician, and I'm selling my wolf tickets. I'm going to have that electrician up tomorrow. So be ready for some pictures, because I'm about to put it all together tomorrow. My neighbor's coming over. We're going to turn off the whole service, and we're going to wire it. Hey, White Cloud, I got some off and some raid, if that'll help. I'm done with electricity when I'm done. When I'm done with this, Bayou boy, I'm done. I'll have a laundromat in here. I'll have a big laundromat in this kid's bedroom there, Blake. Are you pointing straight due west? Are you pointing straight due west? Because I heard your station. I said you're going to point west. Wrecking ball on the west side. Got down. Break. I literally, dude, when I'm done here, because we don't need to dry our clothes, because we live in the desert. Like, dude, it was 81 degrees today. I washed some of my clothes. I hung them out outside on the fence, and they dried.
Damage in the afternoon, damage in the evening time. Wrecking ball trying to do some damage.
But man, let me tell you something. I could put 2 dryers in here and dry some clothes and run a washer if I needed to.
Hey, 309, I heard you in there. Hey, 309, I just want to do some damage. Break, wrecking ball.
Well, yeah, I'll have to do that already. Anything I run, maybe I'll have to do that already. I don't even know. Right next to the window. Now, wrecking ball, California. Oh, then I'll go 3 phase. Then I'll take the bed out. Then I'll wrap the boxes all around here in the bedroom over here, and it'll be over. There will be nobody gets us off from the west side. I'll be selling wolf tickets and peanuts after that break.
About 47. Hey, 47, you came up in there. I had to just key on everybody, and because you keyed on everybody on your side of the street. Hey, 47, wrecking ball right here on the west coast. When it was
last time you keyed up, I did forget to tell you that old Soul Snatcher. He wanted to know what kind of spaghetti you were eating because he wanted to come over and eat some.
Hi there, 47. You said I'm by myself. Yeah, it's getting lonesome over here. I don't want to be by myself. I want to be a background singer. Hey, 47, wrecking ball just a background singer.
Man, that is not how to make spaghetti. That is not how you gotta make spaghetti.
Wow, Peter Rabbit, you're loud.
I do, my airtime tickets are expiring, so I gotta get my knees in the breeze. I don't want to use everything up at the same day, so.
Yeah, Tech Partner Peter Rabbit, Motor Mouth Paul out here, so you're loud. I just gotta let you know in there.
Good to hear ya. Take care of yourself, your family, and God bless. 47, wrecking ball, California, gone. Bye.
Snatcher, do you eat spaghetti out there with some chicken rolls? Hey, Soul Snatcher, when you make spaghetti down there in Louisiana, do you put topping and chicken balls in your spaghetti instead of Italian sausage?
Anyway, it's all gone now. No. I had a phone call and it went away. I was totally happy it went away too. It was one of the marketing calls. Anyway, hey, what's going on there, Brady?
All right. Hey, man, all we do is put Italian sausage in it. Maybe we don't know what we're doing. Shoot, I don't even make spaghetti. Half the time I'll just boil some noodles.
I don't belong here. Just Big Watt Wednesday. I ain't got big watts. Oh, wait a second. I ain't got no big watts up in here, Brady.
I want to come back and hijack the band.
Man, I got all those transmitters moved over. I got some transformers moved over. A whole lot of work done over here. I still have a shelf. It's a metal shelf at the bottom of a bench that is 3 feet deep and 10 feet long, and it's full of transformers. I got to move them all to break. Oh, yeah, a pallet jack will do real good for that. Ain't no doubt about it, but it's a lot of them, and it's just a lot of, once you get it onto the jack, that's a lot of work. Then you got to get it off the jack, and then you got to position them, and then you got to come back and get another 4 or 5 of them, and then there's a whole lot of them, Some of them are small, like, 8 inches square, and some of them are 18 inches square. They're a whole lot of plate transformers and chokes and you name it. It's all, I got a lot of it to bring.
Might make me kind of big a chicken quesadilla. Boy, I made me some chicken stuff the other day from the crock pot. Boy, I'll put that stuff in there, put a little cheese in there, flip it over. I'll have me a chicken quesadilla. It's kind of like a white man's Mexican whatever.
Oh, yeah, they weigh a lot, you know, they're a dense little package, no doubt about that, you know, so I'm not looking forward to it, but I want the
Rolling the world, you're ruling the world, hijacking the band. Soul Snatcher, hijacking the band, I'm gone.
And I'm going to put a couple holes in the edge of it and run a chain across there to strap the bottles in to make sure they don't fall over. And anyway, just moving everything around, making it all functional. I got my 48-inch brake up on top where I can get to it now. It was down on the floor and it was in the way. And anyway, now things are becoming a little bit more usable over here. And I'm going to have some floor space, actual real, like you can walk in here, the brake. That's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't expect to ever go anywhere with it, so I thought I'd just put them on the floor, and then every so often, if I got to go refill them, you know, I just roll them over to the back of the truck and plop them in the back of the truck. But that's a good idea. From the dolly, cart, you know, what do you call? Yeah, regular dolly. That's a good idea. Ain't no doubt about that. I don't have a real fancy welding equipment, you know. I just got a little MIG welder, but I'm going to get a TIG eventually. I want to learn some TIG welding and get some of that stuff done, because there's a lot of things I want to do in aluminum and a lot of things, you know, ideas that I got.
Hey, Bobby Boy, what sidewalk kissing munduck you talking to?
I got one of them tombstone buzz boxes, you know, the old ones that you had in school, you know, way back in the day, Lincoln buzz box or tombstones. I got two of those, and I got one little Lincoln MIG welder, the brake. No, it's the old stuff. It's the old one with the big dial. I look the same. And no, they're not the Home Depot styles. And one of them I bought locally, and the other one when my a friend of mine's father passed away, she gave me that, and he also gave me his two gray roll around toolboxes he made when he worked for Holly Sugar, and also I got my 70 Chevy truck from him to bring. No, 10-4, just the gun, and just use the welder itself for the voltage source, and then have a separate gun with a reel on it and a spool all built into the gun.
Mojave Desert Cow waving a hand.
10-4, yeah, that would be cool. That would be perfect. Yeah, I'd like to get something like that, because I'm not going to do a lot of heavy duty stuff, I just got a lot of ideas, and I want to be able to do them. So, without paying somebody to come over here and weld them and do it for me, or me taking the stuff somewhere, I want to learn how to do it myself. Man, that's going to be cool. Very, very cool. All right, sounds good. Yeah, so I got 3 big areas in the shop now that I've got opened up. I got a door on each one. I got a 10x10 door on the one entrance. I got a 16x16 door on the other entrance, and I got a 16x16 on the back entrance. So I got all the, and then I got a couple man doors. So anyway, now I can drive in. I got the car lift in place. I got to turn the car lift around. It's pointing to the wrong 16-foot door. I want to point it back the other way. So when I pull into it, when the hood of the car opens up, it's pointing to the area where all the tools are instead of the other way around. I can park it either way, but I got to move that around. But anyway, so yeah, it's all coming together, man. The shop is going to be kind of nice. I've had a long time, like 3 years of deciding what I wanted to do. And when I sold the doggone hangar at the airport, I needed to put stuff somewhere, so it all came over here and kind of plopped on the floor, and that was the end of it. And I was like, man, I never, I never thought it was going to take so long to move stuff around to break. Yeah, 10-4. You gotta make sure you don't park too far forward on them. I got, it's a 2-post lift, so it's got the cross piece across the top and 2 posts, and then it's got the 4 arms, and you drive up on there and position the front ones and position the back ones, and if you don't drive too far forward, you're okay. If you drive too far forward, the weight could be a little bit weird, and also you can't open the door to get out to brake.
Did I hear 6-pack? High voltage Southern Cal's waving. Well, sorry.
Well, I'll be dipped. Well, I'm glad I'm not going to be driving one of those up on there. I'm not a shop, I just do my own stuff, so fortunately I don't have to worry about that. But wow, what a trip. Yeah, it never would have occurred to me yet to back it in there and have a cross brace, cross piece that goes in there, and then let alone a notch for the drive shaft. Oh my God, what a nightmare.
Same old mud duck out here. But you sound good like you always do.
410. Well, if I ever have anybody come over there, I'll make sure they gotta pay either for me to build a brace, or they gotta have one built and bring it over with them.
Hey,
410. Well, yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind. You know, it's all those little things that make life easier when the time comes around to break.
Yeah, tell that snake doctor, the six-pack, tell the snake doctor to quit peeing on high voltage like that. That's rude.
Oh, that's a great idea. Holy smokes. Yeah, I never would have thought of that.
Anyway, you guys out there on the east side have a fine evening. High voltage Southern Cal said it. You can't get that on the beach. It kind of gets in the way.
Yeah, kind of like the forks on a tow truck when they come up and they grab the tires from the side with those forks and pick it up like that. Yeah, 10-4. Oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to have to, I got to build some of those for the little mower. Ain't no doubt about that. But very cool. Yeah, so I'm busy working on stuff over here and plugging away, and slowly but surely, you know, it's coming together. By the way, since the last time we talked, it should be the same session, pretty much the same. The only thing different is maybe the type of reverb, because I couldn't use the same reverb, but I tried to make it sound as close as I could to the same. But I was using version 1 of Live Professor before with the simple session that I made, and then I wanted to do some other stuff, and it was easier on version 2, so I thought, well, I don't have that version on version 2. You know, they're not interchangeable, so I just built a session, screen by screen, picture by, section by section, and I built a session file just like the version 1. But now I'm running version 2, Live Professor, so it should sound pretty good. I just don't know if the reverb's got the right sound or not, if it's got too much tail or what's going on. But anyway, I'm now on version 2 again for Live Professor.
Motormouth Mall. That must be some breaker. Go.
410, all right, sounds good. Well, I guess that's good. I'll leave it alone for a while, let it do its thing. It's a lot easier on version 2 to pull plugins in and out and remove and change the order of the plugins. So I figured, well, as long as I'm going to want to make a change or two here or there, I figure I might as well go ahead and make it a little bit easier. So I swapped over, and the first time I looked at version 2, I didn't like the learning curve. I didn't want to get used to something different. But now I think I'm used to something different, and I like it. So not too shabby. Anyway, I'm liking it now, and I don't think I'll go back to break.
Hey, six-pack, you want to tell Motormouth Mall that high voltage can hear him down here in the south? No.
410, all right, sounds good. Yeah, we hogged up enough of the band for a little bit, so I'll get back on the side. Take care of 73s. Always a pleasure with the double measure. Hey, Bayou Boy, appreciate the input on the forks, too. I like that. I'm going to build some of them. Catch you later on. 73s, Motormouth Mall, stepping by. Bye-bye.
How about that Motormouth Mall? Motormouth Mall. High voltage. Hear you down here, break.
appreciate that. I'll look for it. All right, catch you later on. Have a good day. Bye. Bye, you boy.
How about you, six-pack? You still got a copy?
Hey, 777, I heard you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate the comeback, whoever that was.
Oh, Peter Rabbit, got you. There, 777 Alabama, got you up in there, got Peter Rabbit up in there. Y'all smoking up in here, ain't no doubt about that. Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast, dropping a hammer from time to time, and the world will sound. I got all the way down, break. Driver, I beg to differ. I think Mother Nature's working real good right about now. Hey, Nail Driver, you got a hammer coming out here around my neck of the woods. Let me tell you, you're smoking to break.
That's right. Push it real good.
Yeah, she's kind of promiscuous. She gets around her break.
Everybody gets a turn. Got me one wore-out doorknob.
410, doing real good from the Muddy Banks, as always. Now, Driver, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast. Dropping a hammer from time to time. I got down. It depends on how long you want it to be. You know, the one I did on a 29 with just the simple, cross D19 or whatever it was on the banded side, or D18. I forgot now which one it was. It's been so long. But anyway, I used 220 microfarads, and it was like pretty nice. But the bigger the cap, the longer it takes, and the smaller the cap, the shorter it takes to break. Yeah, that one sounds like a 220 microfarad, I bet. I bet it's 220, and it just has that perfect, and it's there. Yeah, but that's what I would do. Bartender Phantom 309, while you're smoking, waving right back at you. Hope everything is all going well and swell for you to break. On the 29 with a VFO windup. That's a good sound. I like that. Ain't no doubt about that. Phantom 309, Motormouth Mall, working this thing one fat lot at a time. Oh, 398 Mississippi, it got you up in there too, bait.
Did I hear six-pack? High voltage Southern Cal's waving.
sorry.
Well, I'll be dipped. Well, I'm glad I'm not going to be driving one of those up on there. I'm not a shop, you know, I just do my own stuff, so fortunately I don't have to worry about that. But wow, what a trip. Yeah, it never would have occurred to me yet to back it in there and have a cross brace, you know, a cross piece that goes in there, and then let alone a notch for the drive shaft. Oh my God, what a nightmare.
Same old mud duck out here. But you sound good like you always do.
410. Well, if I ever have anybody come over, I'll make sure they gotta pay either for me to build the brace, or they gotta have one built and bring it over with them.
Hey.
410. Well, yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind. You know, it's all those little things that make life easier when the time comes around to break.
Yeah, tell that snake doctor, the six-pack, tell the snake doctor to quit peeing on high voltage like that. That's rude.
Oh, that's a great idea. Holy smokes. Yeah, I never would have thought of that.
Anyway, you guys out there on the east side have a fine evening. High voltage Southern Cal, buddy. You can't get caught on the beach. They try to get in the wind. When I see one of those stop.
Yeah, kind of like the forks on a tow truck when they come up and they grab the tires from the side with those forks and pick it up like that. Yeah, 10-4. Oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to have to, I got to build some of those for the little mower, ain't no doubt about that. But very cool. Yeah, so I'm busy working on stuff over here and plugging away, and slowly but surely, you know, it's coming together. By the way, since the last time we talked, it should be the same session, pretty much the same. The only thing different is maybe the type of reverb, because I couldn't use the same reverb, but I tried to make it sound as close as I could to the same. But I was using version 1 of Live Professor before with the simple session that I made, and then I wanted to do some other stuff, and it was easier on version 2, so I thought, well, I don't have that version on version 2. You know, they're not interchangeable, so I just built a session, screen by screen, picture by, section by section, and I built a session file just like the version 1. But now I'm running version 2, Live Professor. So it should sound pretty good. I just don't know if the reverb's got the right sound or not, if it's got too much tail or what's going on. But anyway, I'm now on version 2 again for Live Professor.
Motormouth Mall. That must be some breaker. Go.
410. All right, sounds good. Well, I guess that's good. I'll leave it alone for a while, let it do its thing. It's a lot easier on version 2 to pull plugins in and out and remove and change the order of the plugins. So I figured, well, as long as I'm going to want to make a change or two here or there, I figure I might as well go ahead and and make it a little bit easier. So I swapped over, and the first time I looked at version 2, I didn't like the learning curve. I didn't want to get used to something different. But now I think I'm used to something different, and I like it. So not too shabby. Anyway, I'm liking it now, and I don't think I'll go back to break.
Hey, Six-Pack, do you want to tell Motormouth Mall that high voltage can hear him down here in the south? No.
410, all right, sounds good. Yeah, we hogged up enough of the band for a little bit, so I'll get back on the side. Take care of 73s. Always a pleasure with the double measure. Hey, Bayou Boy, appreciate the input on the forks, too. I like that. I'm going to build some of them. Catch you later on. 73s, Motormouth Mall, stepping by. Bye-bye.
How about that Motormouth Mall? Motormouth Mall. High voltage. Hear you down here, break.
Cool, I appreciate that. I'll look for it. All right, catch you later on. Have a good day. Bye. Bye, you boy.
How about you, Six-Pack? You still got a copy?
Hey, 777, I heard you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate the comeback, whoever that was.
Oh, Peter Rabbit, got you. Bartender 777 Alabama, got you up in there, got Peter Rabbit up in there. Y'all smoking up in here, ain't no doubt about that. Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast, dropping a hammer from time to time, and the world will sound. I got all the way down, break. Driver, I beg to differ. I think Mother Nature's working real good right about now. Hey, Nail Driver, you got a hammer coming out here around my neck of the woods. Let me tell you, you're smoking to break.
That's right. Push it real good.
Yeah, she's kind of promiscuous. She gets around her break.
Everybody gets a turn. Gotta be one wall-out doorknob.
410, doing real good from the Muddy Banks, as always. Nail Driver, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast beast. Dropping a hammer from time to time. I got down. It depends on how long you want it to be. You know, the one I did on a 29 with just the simple, cross D19 or whatever it was on the banded side, or D18. I forgot now which one it was. It's been so long. But anyway, I used 220 microfarads, and it was like pretty nice. But the bigger the cap, the longer it takes, and the smaller the cap, the shorter it takes to break. Yeah, that one sounds like a 220 microfarad, I bet. I bet it's 220, and it just has that perfect and it's there. Yeah, but that's what I would do. Bartender Phantom 309, while you're smoking, waving right back at you. Hope everything is all going well and swell for you to break. or 10 out of 29 with a VFO windup. That's a good sound. I like that. No doubt about that. Phantom 309, motor mouth mall, working this thing one fat watt at a time. Oh, 398 Mississippi, got you up in there too, bait.